Like, I've never cried about this before, but I guess it does affect me. Or someone will be like, this is really mean, and defend me. Like, why are we talking about her looks? It's 2024. And I'll see other comments like, because she did it to herself, her face, she has so much surgery. And I'm like, even if I did get so much surgery and I have this and I got all these things, I still don't think it's okay to talk about someone's looks.
Hello, welcome back to my channel. Unpopular opinion, but Kylie Jenner doesn't uphold the beauty standard and she doesn't enforce it. Apart from her being under the larger umbrella of toxic beauty standards in the media, which was around before Kylie and will be around after Kylie, she is also facing that same expectation at home with her family, more specifically her older sister, Kim Kardashian. Kim is the superstar of the family. She's the one that catapulted their family name into fame, and she has been looked at as a beauty standard for almost 20 years. From her face to her body, her fashion, and romantic relationships. People say that the Kardashians as a whole promote unrealistic beauty standards, but let's be more honest. Most people are talking about Kim. The other sisters just get that reputation by association. Number 1. Kourtney is the oldest and she's good looking, but she's not talked about as a beauty standard. People don't bring in images to their surgeon about how they want to look like Kourtney Kardashian. And to most people, she's regarded as the sister with the least facial and body modifications. Number 2, Khloe has been the butt of the joke when it comes to her sisters and their beauty for years. She's seen as being taller and bigger and just looking different than her other sisters, and she's had a hard time for years under relentless bullying. And even after all her body modifications and photo editing, she is still not seen as the sister that most people want to emulate when it comes to beauty, enhancements, and cosmetic surgery. Next, we have Kendall, who is a supermodel, and just like Kourtney, she is seen as the sister who had the least amount, or at least the most natural looking cosmetic surgery. And so even though Kendall is considered as beautiful because of her naturally thin body, she's not usually the topic when it comes to toxic beauty standards. I also think that it's because she's a supermodel, and so her job kind of protects her from those kind of criticisms because she looks like the standard model. And then we have the youngest of the family, Kylie, who is similar to Khloe and was seen as the ugly duckling of the sisters, but because she was a minor, I think a lot of people were willing to give her time to grow. As creepy as that sounds. But as the years were going by and she was beginning to have her own insecurities as any teenage girl would, she knew that she would soon be a target for her looks. So when we're talking about beauty standards and enforcing said beauty standards and people being a part of it, I would consider Kylie Jenner to be someone who has been buckling under the pressure to live up to the high expectations that I'm sure not only the media has for her, but her family as well. And all while she's having these internal struggles as a teenager and as a young woman, her sister is regarded as one of the most beautiful women in the world. And I don't know about anyone, but it's really hard to have an older sibling who is considered either super smart or super pretty or super popular. Or worse, having the 3-part combo of them being pretty, popular, and smart. It's a hard thing to live up to because without other people comparing you, you will already be comparing yourself to them. And before I go even further, this is the part where I offer constructive criticism. Because apart from people on the internet being partly obsessed, but also partly hating on members of the family, the members of this family have to help themselves and break this cycle where we keep talking about the same thing over and over again. For example, Kendall has spoken about how all she wants to do is live on a farm and ride horses, but then she acts like that's such a far reach, and she talks like it's something so impossible for her to have when we all know that she has enough money, fame, and power to do so. She can do it, she just chooses to still be a part of celebrity culture. And then Kylie says that she doesn't like the way people talk about her looks, which I agree with, and I believe that people can be very nasty and mean. But she still keeps attending these events with so many cameras where she can't control the images that are posted like she can control the ones that are posted on her social media. And you can tell that she's still figuring out and dealing with the consequences of years of filler. And then we have to talk about personal responsibility. Kylie did create an app, a YouTube channel, and a business, telling people that they could achieve her looks and get the same results if they only watched her and bought her products, which is deceitful marketing. And she and her mom and the family and the company as a whole, they did prey on young and impressionable fans. Multiple things can be true at the same time. She was being exploited, but then she also exploited others. The unfortunate thing with Kylie Jenner is she grew up on a reality TV show, which people are aware is full of storylines and fake moments. So people don't even trust or know when she's being genuine and authentic. I can't even blame the public for saying that they don't care about her feelings, because her family has a track record of orchestrating drama and doing anything from getting married, manipulating the truth, and exaggerating lies to bring as much attention to themselves as possible and funneling that attention to sell products. At this point, she's an adult, she's 26 years old, and the same applies to her other family members and other influencers and other celebrities. And it's not like anyone is asking them to be political activists or to have the right answers for every question, but they are very aware of their power and their reach. But most times they don't want to use it for good or to break the fourth wall and be transparent with their fans. They want to be seen and known and even worshipped. But then many times they hide their hands and say, "Oh, don't look at me. Don't ask me to do better. Don't ask me to speak up because I'm just a celebrity and I'm just one person." But it's funny how when something happens to them, they know that if they run to social media and bring enough attention to the issue, not only will it bring awareness to them and their cause, but there might actually be solutions to their problems. My point is, they need to come to a conclusion and a decision, because every season the Kardashians are talking about the beauty standards, and it's mostly the people in the family who face the brunt of that or cannot really handle the public pressure. Because like I said earlier, Kim Kardashian is as cool as a cucumber. She is not frazzled by anything. So my suggestion is that to the members of the family who struggle with the media and the public, they need to have some sort of reduced relationship with said media. I don't think them not posting on social media and going to less events will suddenly cause all their businesses to collapse. They have the money and the connections to run successful businesses. They can hire the most capable people too. They have multiple choices. They don't even have to leave LA or Beverly Hills or wherever it is that they live. They can still live there. They can just have less of a media presence because it's clearly affecting them, but it's like they can't stop how much they also need said media attention. I don't believe that they need to be in the media. I don't believe that they need to always post on social media. And the same can be said about the reality show. It provides too much access to them as people, and then I believe the audience becomes very fatigued. And so because they're in this bubble of attention and people constantly talking about them, I'm sure that it makes them hyperfixate on all the negativity. And it's not like it's impossible for them to keep a low profile. When Kylie was pregnant with her first child, she didn't post on social media and nobody could find her walking the streets. Her friends and family knew, but they were able to keep it a secret, and it wasn't until she was ready to announce her pregnancy that the public knew. She doesn't have to keep showing up, or at least she can just show up in small doses. So that's just my solution, and I wanted to make sure this video wasn't just one-sided, and I could look at how and acknowledge that they themselves play a part in this whole circus. So now let's get back to the topic at hand. Oftentimes, I think that people forget how young Kylie was when she first got her lip filler and cosmetic procedures. She was just a teenager who felt insecure, who felt embarrassed about the fact that she was probably insecure and everybody could tell, and the fact that she could afford to change her insecurity. And I'm sure she didn't like so many people knowing that she had work done, because that usually comes with a lot of shame and stigma. Which is why it's understandable why she denied it for a while. And I don't think she denied the allegations because she had this evil master plan to make other girls feel insecure. She mostly wanted to fit in and not feel like there was a flaw with her physical appearance. But that single decision that she made to get temporary fillers at 17 has made her a constant topic of dissection and ridicule when it comes to her appearance. It's inescapable. You can't Google her name, TikTok her name, or YouTube her name without her physical appearance being a topic of discussion. Now let's move on and talk about how and why she is accused of setting and upholding unrealistic beauty standards. Something that a lot of people blame Kylie for is the Kylie Jenner lip challenge, which I think is crazy to blame someone for because people were using their own free will to put their mouths in shot glasses to enlarge their lips. For a lot of the people that did do the challenge, they didn't do it because they wanted bigger lips. They did it because it was a popular challenge and they probably thought that it was fun or funny. Have we collectively forgotten the cinnamon challenge or the Tide Pod challenge? People do dumb things on social media every day. Then you have people saying that she profited off of people's insecurities by starting a lip kit line and a beauty empire. But I'm gonna be honest when I tell you this, but every single company and even celebrity business, from food to clothing to skincare to hair care, is based off of insecurity. I want to remind you of a time when every single celebrity from Justin Bieber to Katy Perry were selling to their audience Proactive. It was a skincare brand and it had this whole marketing scheme of if you just bought this product, then you would have amazing skin like your favorite celebrity. When we all know that they probably had access to top-notch dermatologists and custom high-end skincare. There's so many things that are advertised to us every single day that you don't really need to buy, but you buy anyway. Because there's the belief that if you get a new watch, a new dress, new skincare, a new phone, it will make you feel better or make you feel happier. We are a people of overconsumption. And if Kylie didn't sell you those lip kits, somebody else would sell you those same lip kits. Before Kylie ever sold a single makeup product, there were thousands of brands selling you makeup, telling you that you need to change the color of your lips, cover your skin with foundation, make your eyelashes longer, and overall enhance your beauty with makeup. Now we have to talk about how negatively talking about Kylie's looks affects the average person. The way in which people talk about her physical appearance, in my opinion, is very dangerous. Because the same way that I believe that the reason why Kylie wanted to change her looks was because of the negative way in which people spoke about her sister Khloe, it's the same way I feel that this is gonna affect the people that look like Kylie, whether it's before her surgery or after her surgery. There are millions of women who have her features, whether natural or those that were cosmetically altered. And the more that you call her ugly in every stage of her life, the more that the people who look like her will begin to feel worse about themselves. And then the cycle of insecurity will just continue to repeat itself. I have this theory that if the general public and media was much kinder to Khloe Kardashian, I really don't think that Kylie would have felt like she had to have so many modifications to her appearance because she would have realized that it's okay for her to look like her natural, unique self. When I do girl math, the public bullies one sister, but then they praise another sister, and then they're shocked when Kylie wants to be treated like the sister who is always called beautiful versus the sister that is made fun of and called the ugly duckling. And the ugly duckling is the nice version of what people really call Khloe. Kylie has been, in my opinion, unprotected. She was unprotected by her family from Tyga, a grown man who was dating her when she was barely legal, even coming on family vacations, and she was unprotected again by her family for allowing her to get cosmetic procedures so early. So much so that she now wishes that she had waited. In terms of what the general public wants, they want Kylie and every single celebrity to come clean about any and all cosmetic procedures. This is to help impressionable people, whether young or old, manage unrealistic expectations, especially when they're being sold things like beauty products and weight management supplements. And I honestly think it's a very noble cause. In a perfect world, everyone should share everything, but no one, including celebrities, will ever be responsible to tell you what they have had done. Right now, and now more than ever, we live in a time where there's an abundance of information. We're in a time where plastic surgeons are coming online and telling you what other people have gotten done. They're telling you all the things that you can get done to make you look like your most idealized version. And there's just so much caution and education out there that you can't still be solely blaming famous women for what they do to their bodies and their faces. Because the messaging is beginning to get confusing. Is it hashtag her body, her choice, or her body, her choice, but only sometimes? On a personal level, what happens when you meet a regular person who just happens to be drop dead gorgeous in public or at a place that you go to regularly? Would you also begin to demand that they tell you what possible cosmetic procedures that they got done so that other people could feel less insecure, or so that they don't influence other people with toxic beauty standards? I realize now that there is a no win-win situation for famous women, because if they admit to every single procedure, then they will be accused of normalizing it and being bad role models, and how it's unrealistic because most people won't be able to afford all the nips and tucks and every single little procedure that they have ever gotten done. Not to mention that it will be used as an insult when these women fall out of favor with the general public, who will be very quick to call them fake and ugly. And on the other hand, if they do keep it to themselves, then they will be accused of pushing toxic beauty standards, gatekeeping, and making millions of little girls and grown women insecure by not being honest. Even though this video was inspired by Kylie and her relationship with her looks, it doesn't fail to dawn on me that you could swap her out for any young woman, famous or not famous, and it's people feeling like her body, her face, and her autonomy is not really hers alone. It's for other people's consumption, other people's education, and other people's cautionary tales. And it falls on her to be responsible to manage everybody's expectations. And I hope this video doesn't come across like it's me saying that Kylie is a perfect victim, because I understand that Kylie Jenner is a public figure who has benefited immensely from her platform, making millions, but she has also been shaped and constrained by the very standards that she's a part of, and she does promote. And while she has a big influence, she's also shaped by those same pressures. And as you see with her breaking down, it seems to really affect her on a very personal level. Yes, she enjoys and profits from the beauty standards, but I also think that she's a product of them. And with that being said, this does bring me to the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching. I would love to know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. Like this video, it really helps with the algorithm. My goal is to get to 400 subscribers, so if you like this video, would like more content, please subscribe if you can. Again, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully, I'll catch you in my next video.